Hello, today I'll be discussing three important things you should consider before submitting that resignation letter to travel abroad for your postgraduate program. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Shuai Barogundade, and here in my channel, I give you tips and tricks on how to live and study abroad as an international student. If you are new here, kindly consider subscribing, as I believe you are going to be getting massive value. And also, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So let's get straight into it. The number one thing I believe you should consider if you want to quit your job for a postgraduate program abroad is, what kind of future do you envisage for yourself? Okay, you need to, because quitting is a personal decision. Nobody can talk you into it. Nobody can encourage you to do it. You have to be able to make up your mind if that's the right decision for you. And if you think about the kind of future that you want, you will be able to determine if quitting is the right thing for you to do to study abroad. Personally, when I left my job, okay, I'll be doing another video on how I quit my eight-figure job for postgraduate study abroad. Now, when I left my job, I thought about the kind of future I wanted, and I knew that I wanted to be an independent consultant, okay, in the nearest future. And I knew that having a postgraduate degree, okay, would position me better, because the kind of opportunity I'm hoping to attract, I know that if I get a postgraduate program, or if I get a postgraduate degree abroad, that's going to assist me greatly. And I've been wanting to, do my postgraduate program abroad since I finished my undergrad. So when the opportunity came, I believe that it was the right time for me, and it was the right decision for me to make. Okay. Now, such decision again, okay, you need to discuss such decision with your spouse. That is, if you are already married or if you have a partner, because you guys are building a life together, and both of you need to understand that this is the right decision for either of you to take at that particular point in time. So it is important, again, what kind of future you're trying to build. You need to consider that, and that would make you know if it's the best thing for you and if it's the right time for you. Now, number two is that it might depend on what has been happening at your current place of work. Okay, now sometimes you might have been having issues at your current place of work, and you know that you just want out. Okay, and if that's the case for you, then making that decision at that time might be the right thing for you. Apart from getting a breath of fresh air, it might also sort of add up to you in terms of development and position you better, in terms of the opportunities you can attract afterwards. Now, for some people, you might have it going great at your workplace. If that's the case, you could negotiate that. Could you come back? If you can just get study leave to travel abroad, okay, for your postgraduate program. So that way you will not be quitting totally, right? But you will know that at least there's a backup plan. After your program, you can easily go back to your work if you are still enjoying your work, right? So number two thing is, what has been happening at your work could determine if you should quit for your postgraduate program or not. And like I said, you could negotiate a deal to get a study leave and go back to that. Now, number three is, what kind of opportunity can you attract after the postgraduate program? This is linked to number one and two. You would see that they link to one another. So what kind of opportunity can you attract after your postgraduate program? Now, if you are someone that has, a couple of years of experience, and by the time you finish your postgraduate program, you would have learned, some more important skills, okay, you would be able to determine, the kind of opportunity you can attract in terms of probably, another job you can take up, whether in the country that you've done your postgraduate program, whether in the UK, US, Germany, or elsewhere in the world, or whether if you return back to your home country, you will be able to get, something solid okay, in terms of job. Or you might even think about it, the kind of opportunity might be that, you could start up your own business. Okay, so maybe the postgraduate program you're going to do plus the years of experience that you already have, while working at your current workplace or other places you have worked, you could combine all those, to start up a business of your own. Okay, and that way you will know that, well, me quitting my job is not going to be a bad decision. So you want to have, some deep thoughts on these three things that I consider to be important, okay, before quitting or leaving your job for a postgraduate program abroad. So a quick recap. Number one, what kind of future do you want? What kind of future do you envisage to have? It is important to have that clear. Things might change as you go along, no doubt, but at least it's important for you to have some sort of clarity regarding that. The number two is that what has been happening at your current workplace. Even if you've been having it great, that means that you could negotiate, to get study leave and go back to your workplace. Now, number three is what kind of opportunity can you attract after you complete your postgraduate program. So with these three things, I believe that if you think about it very well, they are going to assist you in making the right decision on whether you should leave your job to go for a postgraduate program abroad. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you found this useful. Kindly leave your comments on what you found useful and if this actually relates to you. And also you can add what are the other things people can consider, or what are the things you consider before leaving your own job to travel abroad for a postgraduate program. Thank you very much. Kindly consider subscribing to my YouTube channel if you are new here, and if you are not, if you are a returning subscriber and you've not subscribed, kindly consider subscribing. And if you have subscribed, thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.